there's almost a perception that to make any progress, it has to be horrible. It has to be miserable. You have to really deprive yourself. And you say, take things out rather than add things in. It's almost, well, I can't enjoy this process of getting fitter or of being healthier or saving money. Or again, you can apply it to so many different elements of life. But that's not true. And as you say, the low hanging fruit of, okay, well, how about you put your phone away at 9 p.m. and see how you sleep? Not, get up at 4:30 in the morning and go
No,
hang
exactly.
no.
Exactly. Some people are the morning people, is figuring out what works for you, and I will get a lot of backlash where, I might, say, oh, I don't drink, whatever, and then, a mum might say, oh God, I've got to have a glass of wine, like, I've got to have my wine, or they whatever, which is fine if that's what works for you and helps you unwind. But just because that doesn't work for me doesn't mean it has to be negative or a negative experience. And also, don't knock it until you try it, is what I like to say. And you're so right, it's so bizarre that people that are striving to be healthier and move their body more and eat less processed foods can kind of get shunned upon, or like, oh God, here we go, like, know it all, that kind of, that you get that kind of attitude sometimes, or you might get an eye roll, and it's just that's like literally fascinates me. But let them, that's what Mel Robbins says, let them. And that's a really good example of when you can use that philosophy of let them, because what you're doing is right for you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it's finding that, what fits for you. And what was your journey to becoming a coach? What's your background? How did you become passionate about fitness at this point in your life?
Well, I've always been I was like captain of the netball team, sort of always played quite a leadership, kind of encouraging, motivating role from a young age. So that's something I've always enjoyed doing. I've always enjoyed cheering on a team and like revving people up and cheering people on. And then university was wild for me, probably my lowest ever point, mentally and physically. That's where my like diets were horrific, taking diet pills and doing all sorts of crazy fad diets, really messed up my body, got glandular fever, called that off a friend, and I was just rock bottom. Left uni, and then, cut a long story short, went into an office job, became really unhealthy, very overweight, and really unhealthy with it, and then decided enough was enough. Transformed, got a nutritional diploma, ended up bringing out a book which was called Healthy Forever, the happiest weight loss book ever. And it was all about whole foods, reducing sugar and all the processed stuff and heavy carbs, but just making healthy swaps that were manageable and realistic, and learning to love yourself in the process, and also appreciating that skinny doesn't always equal healthy, because I'm obviously coming from a more curvy perspective and went through this for a long time. We always aspire to be skinny, right? And it's still the case for a lot of people. And then it's realizing, actually, no, healthy is what we should be aspiring to be, and that comes in all different shapes and sizes. So went through that journey, and then lockdown happened, and I was posting all of this body confidence content, and I became a mum and showing my like from survival mode to thriving mode with Macy. And then I went on a podcast, and she was a coach, and she said to me, you need to do a life coaching course, you'd be great. And I hadn't really ever heard of it, but I looked into it, and I was like, I am basically doing this in my DMs already, but it would be good to be qualified at doing it. So that was what motivated me to get on a course, and now I'm a globally accredited life coach. I've been a coach for now 4 years, mainly coaching women through either business, the mum juggle, juggling motherhood, work, and wellness, trying to do our best at all three, and also showing them that it is possible.
Yeah, and as you say, it's not perfection, because I guess perfection doesn't really exist except in our own minds.